trade school can be a lot of different things. They have nursing assistantship, they got commercial truck driving, they have medical assistant, hairdresser, cosmetologist, automotive mechanic, a licensed practical nurse, dental assistant, HVAC, firefighting, massage therapy, electrical repair, so much stuff.
All right, everybody, welcome back to YBI. We got Roman and Zion here. As we already know on YBI, we talk about opinions and strategies to grow your financial self. And how we doing today, Zion?
Man, we live in the dream. We live in the dream. We're here to finish up the series that we've been in for the last couple of weeks on education. We've had several fantastic people come on the show, Dr. Majid and Danielle Derrick, to just talk about the different phases of education and from their perspectives. So we had Dr. Majid come on and just talk about the military and everything that goes into that. And that was a phenomenal conversation. So if you haven't gone to check that out, make sure you do know, because he was just dropping all types of knowledge for us.
Qualified, credible, reliable.
Oh yeah. We're gonna be saying that for from here on out on this channel. Danielle came on and she was talking about 2-year versus 4-year colleges, and the differences financially, et cetera, et cetera. But today we have to finish up by talking about trade school. This is just going to be the last little phase of what we have to go through to help you determine what the best option is for you to move forward. If you're thinking about going back to school, if you're about to head into school, what is the way to do that and to maximize how much you're going to be able to make when you get out, how much debt you're going to have when you get out, how, if you're going to be accumulating debt while you're in. All these different options are definitely things that we are going to be getting into today. So we're just going to start by discussing what a trade school is. So trade school or vocational school is pretty much where you complete a course or a couple of courses until you can just get a diploma or a certification for a specific field. Versus the 4-year college, or the 2-year college, which we've already talked about. Those things, you get a bachelor's degree, an associate's degree. This one, you don't get a degree, but you get a diploma. So it's pretty much just like, hey, you graduated from our program, and now you can move forward with whatever that trade is. The perks of trade school are very evident. One, it's a shorter completion time. So going over to here we go. MidwestTech.edu has a spreadsheet that kind of talks about the cost of college, the time for completion, other expenses, and what you're going to be awarded at the end of the program. So the average cost of trade school is $5,000 to $15,000 total. That's total, not for each year, total. So obviously, when starting there, you already can see how much money you're going to be able to save just from the perspective of, hey, my school costs $40,000 a year versus $15,000 total. Time for completion, 3 months to 18 months. So obviously a much shorter time frame of this is rigorous activity. You're going to be having hands-on training for the specific position that you're going to be in. So let's say that you're going into electrical engineering or electrical HVAC or something like that. You're going to be doing that type of thing. They might have an apprenticeship where, they partner you with somebody that's been in the field for X amount of years, and you can actually do some of this stuff hands-on. So obviously that's really good training. Some people are very hands-on, but when you're in a 4-year university, there's not much hands-on unless you're dissecting a pig or a frog or something like that. Other things that you may have to deal with would be the book fees. The book fees would probably be the only other thing that you're going to have to pay for in that type of program, versus, when you're looking at a 2-year or 4-year college, you may have to look at a meal plan, and you may have to look at the housing fees. And in addition to your books, there may be a parking pass fee, like all of these different things. When you're looking at a trade school, you can literally just look somewhere that's right in your area. So you don't necessarily have to go anywhere. You can stay at home, you can live exactly where you're living. So none of your other expenses really change that much, but you also can, still continue your education. Like we talked about in investing in self, this is exactly what that is. And then finally, the award. What are you going to get when you complete the program? You're going to get a diploma or a certificate of completion, versus the 4-year university where you get a bachelor's degree, and the 2-year college where you get an associate's degree. So those are kind of, the different options that you're going to have in terms of 2-year, 4-year college, and then a trade school or vocational school.
I might play devil's advocate on that side a little bit, just on the side of trade school. I'm actually kind of in a trade school for a little bit right now. I'm taking some IT programs and like coding programs just to like grow those skills that I have and get like A+ certification in those deals. And it's similar around what he was talking about. A lot of things it's not always cheaper for some people. The average that he said is right on point, but it can be more expensive to even going to a 2-year community college. Or it might be more of a benefit to go to a 2-year, 4-year in-state college because you might get more benefits or tax write-offs or anything like that from your school from doing that. So it really just depends. It's something you really have to research. There are some trade school programs that will help you with job placement, but it's not always guaranteed. There's like, your college might have a job place or internship or something like that. It's not guaranteed, but you work hard or you show promise or there's an opening, you have a entry point right there to get in there. So it's definitely something like that. I'd say like with trade school too, make sure it's something that you like to do. If you're going for electrical work, make sure you like working with electrical stuff or HVAC or truck driving. Make sure you like driving in a truck all day or you want to do that. Flexible schedules, you definitely can kind of do it when you want to. The semester kind of starts on and off depending on what type of school it is, but you could definitely rock that out. It's definitely a cool thing to do, or even to add on to, even if you already have a degree from a college or somewhere, you can always go to trade school and pick up an extra skill. It could be real estate. It could be whatever. If you went for engineering already, electrical engineering, but you might want to do something else or computer science and want to get more knowledge in it, you can always take a class at a trade school or get that extra certificate just to grow your stuff.
Oh yeah, most definitely. In addition to those perks, the class sizes are typically much smaller. So, you go to a massive school like Danielle did, and you're talking at Ohio State, and you're talking hundreds of people. So you may not know your professor. You may not even know the person that you sit next to every day because it can switch. But you're going to have a smaller setting, which means that you're going to have more hands-on knowledge and activity and time with somebody that's actually in that field. So I think that's something that's really, really, that's valuable. People don't put enough stock into, hey, I actually want to be able to do this and not only do it right now, but I want to be able to do this in the future and retain the knowledge that I'm getting. So doing some of those things hands-on is a positive. You also can stay current because as trade schools, they watch what's going on in the world and they can adjust their programs based on what's actually happening. So right now there may be an influx in, just because of COVID, there can be an influx in, hey, we need a bunch of people in electrical because of all the ventilators that people are needing. So there may be some electrical problem with ventilators. They need a bunch of people, so they can specifically tailor classes that will help you be able to know exactly what to do in that type of situation. So again, that's just something that's really, really positive. And then you can also get your degree, diploma, certification faster than everybody else. Like I said, the programs typically range from about 3 to 6 months and then all the way up to like 15 to 18 months. So it really just depends, but you're not going to be in school for 4 years, like the rest of us, and I think that's something, how much is your time worth? Because at the end of the day, it's like, hey, I have X amount of time and I want to just go make a lot more money. So let's say that you have to take out loans for both. You're taking out loans for either a 4-year college or you're taking out loans for a trade school. And let's just put it right at the average, right? So the average school, where'd it go? I don't want to give you guys misinformation. The average trade school was 5 to 15,000, right? So, and then you got 40,000 on the other hand. So already you have less loans to deal with when dealing with a trade school. But that's if you finance the entire thing, you pay nothing out of pocket. But then you come out and you're making money faster than somebody that may have 2 more additional years, and then they're also accumulating more debt throughout. So yeah, you'll come out of trade school, you'll be able to work sooner, and then you'll be able to make money sooner so you can pay off those loans sooner and you can get ahead a little bit faster than somebody that's taking an additional 2 years to get an additional degree, blah, 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 and accumulating more debt at the end of the day. We have partnered with Mishmash Adventures located in Fox Valley Mall. It's kind of like a real life Double Dare, American Gladiators, and Legends of the Hidden Temple. Let's just say a playground for grown-ups.
You can expect at least 1 to 2 hours of high-intensity fun hidden behind every door.
Make sure you check out Mishmash and support them and support our YouTube channel at the same time.
YBI15, get 15% off.
Moving into jobs, because I feel like jobs is going to be a major point. So like Roman said, you're going to have to find something that you want to do. But trade school can be a lot of different things. They have nursing assistantship, they got commercial truck driving, they have medical assistant, hairdresser, cosmetologist, automotive mechanic, a licensed practical nurse, dental assistant, HVAC, firefighting, massage therapy, electrical repair, so much stuff, so it's really a matter of finding something that you actually want to do. What do you like to do? And really hopping into that, and then, giving it, a couple of months, maybe a year of your time, figuring out exactly how to finding a job and then working it. And I think that's something that you definitely want to see.
Was real estate on your list right there? Like real estate agent? I don't know. Cause I know every state's different as far as their qualifications for that, but I feel like that could be an entry point also for trade school. I don't think it's really considered that, because it just depends on what state you're in and how their programs go, their tests, but you can study for that and take that test and be a real estate agent. But that also could be an option too. A lot of people, real estate's their big go-to for getting into some money. Grant Stephan on YouTube, everyone's seen him, or at least one point or another. He did not go to college at all, had bad grades in high school, got his real estate license, and now he's a multimillionaire. Started off really just selling real estate and saving his money. So it's also an option too. It's a hard market to get into, especially to know what you're doing, networking and everything like that. It's not a straight up job. You're making off your commissions, but that's an option as well as selling real estate. On top of that, you go to school, you pay for the class, you get the test, you get a degree or a certificate, license.
Yeah, that's definitely a trade. That is absolutely a trade. But like Roman said, that there are some stipulations for what can actually be listed on this list, because it's not necessarily a trade school that you go to. It's just like, you can do an online program, blah, 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 to get your degree. It's not a degree. It's a license. Yeah, it's a license that you're going to need. So now in terms of these jobs, the job that is listed here as the most openings currently is commercial truck driving, which kind of makes sense. During COVID, a lot of people need a lot of things around the world, but, places are closing, there are airlines that are not operating at full capacity. Amazon is going crazy right now, but, you need a CDL in order to drive some of their vehicles. The CDL is just the commercial truck driver's license that allows you to drive a bigger vehicle. You have to, go and get that. You have to get that done. Whatever, you have to get that license. You have to get your CDL.
Get them
so
L's.
Doing something like a commercial truck driving thing can literally just be a side job. Like that could be a side hustle for you. You just like, hey, you know what? I want to go work at Amazon, do this little CDL thing, and I'm going to come out, and every other Saturday I'm going to work 12-hour shifts, and I'm gonna just, make a little extra money. You can do that, and you're gonna end up paying off however much you spend to get your CDL within, a month, because the program's not gonna take that long, and then you're just gonna have to take a driver's test, get your license updated, and then you have, a legitimate way to go make extra money without really having to do too much. So I think that those are all benefits to going to a trade school, picking up a trade and trying to figure out what it is that you want to do with your time. Obviously, this is another invest in self kind of situation where you have to figure out, is this something that I want to do? And is this something that I'm willing to spend my time and money to do? And if it is, I think that trade school is an excellent option. It's like I said, this is just something I could do, or that you can do on the side, getting an additional degree or something additional that you can do on the side is going to be exactly where you can make that extra, because you do your regular 9 to 5 and that's all great. But then at the same time, what else are you doing? Multiple streams of income is what we're looking for here.
In addition to that, if you're already in a field too, like if you're already going for classes or you already have a job in one of these fields that might have a degree platform or a test you can take for a higher certificate that could raise your salary at your current job. If you're in IT or something like that and you're end up taking a coding class that's going to cost you maybe 2 to 3 grand to take, or maybe less, maybe even less than that, and it's going to end up raising your salary 10 to 20,000 just from getting those coding classes. That can be an option right there. You just increase your income for multiple years, and you just have to pay a little bit out of pocket for it. Always look at things like that, and you might, of course, like coding, you can just go do it. But if you want to increase your income, that's one way to do that. Look into those things. There's plenty of classes out there to do so, and I would not even say this because we're talking about trade school too, but also master. I know everyone saw master classes blown up a lot over this year about celebrities and professionals teaching their own classes online. That's also a route to go, also just to pick up some extra knowledge.
Absolutely. Having more is always the way to go. More knowledge, more money, more time, all of that. Like, just do more, have more. But I think that's gonna, kind of sum up what trade school looks like. I think that in the grand scheme of things that you can do, you can spend less money and make a decent amount, because these people aren't coming out and just, broke. Like, they can make 50, 60, 70, $80,000 within the first couple months or within the first couple years of them working. You may not come out of trade school right at, $70,000, but if you come out, at 40, 50, and then you get a raise the next year, I mean, you get 2 years of raises, right? And now you're at 60,000 versus the person that just came out of the 4 year and they have to start at the entry level salary just because, they're entry level. They don't have any experience versus a person that went to trade school now has 2 years of additional time under their belt. They can get raises, they can get, additional compensation for those types of things. So if you don't know exactly what you want to do in terms of schooling and all that, and you're kind of, hey, I'm not set on anything or going anywhere, and you don't want a bunch of debt, I think this is a viable option for you.
Agreed.
Other comments, my guy?
Agreed. Live what you love, do what you do, make sure whatever you're doing, you're qualified, credible, reliable with it. As always, the most important thing I should do for any schooling and anything, first thing you have to do is hit that like button.
Oh,
first thing you gotta do is hit that like button and subscribe. So that way you can always come back and see us here and figure out what everything we talk about. You guys, we have a lot of good content coming. There's also a new year coming up, which means a lot of big things for us as far as this channel goes. We're going to end up a bunch of things. Like the sound
we can't
effect.
tell them. We can't tell them. Yeah, we can't tell them all of that. We can't tell them too much.
If I get the sound effect.
Oh yeah, I was here for it.
Oh.
I was here for it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Hop on that wave, like Roman just gave the sound effect for it.
Check out our website. Check us out if you want to help support us. The donate links over there through PayPal, Cash App, and Zelle. Hit us up as well through just our email address if you guys have any questions. The Holloway giveaway.
Yes.
Still going on for this episode. So make sure
today is the last day. Today is the last day for you to submit for the holiday giveaway. It's either today or tomorrow. Whatever the last video said, the one about the holiday giveaway, that's the one that you're going to need to refer back to. We can link that below so you guys are completely aware of what that is all about. But make sure you get those submissions in because we are doing the drawing, giving away $250 and the 4 tickets to Mishmash. Again, we want to thank Mishmash for contributing to our giveaway for this month. We're super excited to be partners with them. Yes. Yep. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, my guy.
Wrap it up. As we already know, as we already went over, trade school is a great option through your educational journey. This entire series, we've seen traditional 2-year, 4-year. We've seen military, went over just cost of overall for everything, what different options kind of look at, or even a combination of everything. So as you're if you're deciding to go to school right now, if you're already in school or you're trying to go back to school, you can reference these and see kind of what path you want to go to. But I think the overall thing what we said is definitely think about it. it's something that's going to affect your life going forward. Make sure you're kind of set in your foundation on what you maybe want to do in life. And that can change. You can even just go to community college and just take general courses and not really go for a major or anything, and then go for something else later on, or change it up or do whatever you want to do. There's just, as you can see, there's multiple options for everything you want to do. So take your time. No one's rushing you. I know in 2020, we're all like, we need things down now. You got to know what you want right now. But there's some situations in life that take patience. Patience is key. Patience is virtue. So make sure you take the time.
Absolutely. Y'all heard the man. All right. From there, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Y'all know what it is. We may be young. We may even be broke, but we are always investing. We appreciate you guys. Till next time. Peace.
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to Young Broke and Investing. We just want to let you know that these are the opinions of the hosts, are not meant to be the basis of any security purchases or investments. We're trying to give a little information out there for everybody, and have fun and be safe.